Hi folks, welcome back to my channel. I have a Toro Timemaster full force twin blade system, 30-inch cutting width. It's a walk behind. It needs the drive cable replaced, so I'm going to show you how to do that, so stick around. Okay, when you push this right here is what makes this mower go, is when you push forward. But this cable right down here is froze. It's not doing anything. It must be rusted inside here and don't want to move, so I'm going to go ahead and replace it. I'll show you how to do that. Okay, if you come down under here, right there, this has got to come off because that is part of the drives on this. This nut right here has got to be backed off. You have to use a 7/16 wrench or a socket. I'm going to go ahead and pull everything off. It's got a washer on it. Now all you have to do is just lift this up, take it off. Now what we have to do, with all the slack we have, we can go ahead and pull this up and pull it out right here. And that's out of there. There we go. That's how that works. Now what I'm going to do with this is that I'm going to take this cable right here. I'm going to push it through there. I'm going to take this cable. I'm going to pull it through here just to separate it from this holder. Now what I'll do, so I don't lose this, is I'll take this right here and I'll slide this back on here. That way I know where all the parts are. I don't have to worry about losing them. Make sure that you have some extra cable ties because you're going to have to cut these off. I have one right here. I took it off. Now I'm going to take it out of that right there. All I got to do is pull this up and out. Just separate it like that. I can put it back in there just to keep from losing it. I'll go ahead and strip this off. I can actually leave this wire in there because this is just to the kill switch. Now I have access to the cable right here. Now I'll go ahead and follow it. It comes in and goes right down in here, as you can see right there. So now I gotta look and see how to get in there. Before you flip this over on its side, go ahead, push down on this and bring your handlebars up just like that. Okay, it looks good. Don't look like it's leaking. I'm gonna go ahead and start working on the cable. I'm getting ready to work on that cable there, but as I turned it over and looked, as you can see here, I don't know who worked on this last, but I bet it was cutting really bad because somebody's got the blades turned upside down. I'm going to zoom in right there. I'm going to remove this nut right here, and it looks like a 1/2 inch. And now what I want to do is I want to get this spring here. I want to break it loose. I'll get me a pair of pliers or needle nose vise grips. Put them on there like so. Hope I got them tight enough. Now I'm just going to pull that spring off of there if I can. Okay, I'll hold this in place. There it is. Spring's off there, and that's the spring. Just leave it connected to the vice grips. No big deal. Now this should flop down, and the belt's on there. But here's the next thing we got to worry about. The cable. It's right here. Want to get it around here. Here's the belt. I ain't going to mess with that. It'll flop back on there when I flip it back around. It just came off. Belt just slipped off. That's fine. We'll put it back on there. Now I'm going to reach right back in here, and I'm going to squeeze these two tabs together on this so I can pull it out and get it out of this this bracket right here. All you gotta do is just reach in there and squeeze them together. Gotta get them turned right. I'll show you what they look like when I pull it out. Right there. So you just gotta pull that out of there once you get it out. Now that I got this out of here, just turn it loose, flip this all the way around. Right there's your spring. Just take it, pull it on through, and take it out. Now, get it out of here. Here's those little tabs I was talking about. All you gotta do is grab your needle nose pliers, put them in there, squeeze the nose as close up as you can get to these. Squeeze it and pull it on out. And then go ahead and take your spring off. Here's the new cable, numbers. And I'm going to start putting this cable on after I take this cable completely out. I'm just going to run it right on up through the bottom. Okay, if you look right back here, there's a tab. It's got the cable running through it. I need to separate that tab so I can remove the cable. I couldn't really show you how this worked while it was attached. What I did, I took my screwdriver and I pushed in on each side of this to pull it out. In order to unhook this, to get the cable out, you just got to put a screwdriver down in here and pop it up. That's all you got to do. Here, let me show you again. It's latched. It'll be sitting there like this, inside there, either like this or like this. Just take your screwdriver, put it in there like that, pop it open. Because that's how it is. This is the other side. Just like that. It goes right in there. You pop it up, comes out. Now I'll go ahead and I'll put this back in there where it belongs so I don't lose it, because I'm going to need it. Now to get that tab there out, you can see it's got a little piece right here on the side. Just go in and push it in with a little screwdriver. Turn it. There it goes. Came right out. I'll push it right back in because I need that part. It just snaps in there. Now that the cable is completely detached, we'll just pull it straight on through, because there's a hole right up in there that you can put the new one through. And there that is. Okay, I'm going to take this cable, and there's a hole, you can't miss it, it's right up in under here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that this cable is underneath the belt. You don't want to put it through the belt, you want to make sure it's under the belt. See how I got the belt? It's up above it. I'm putting this piece right here through this hole. I want to make sure the belt is up above that and out of the way. Then I'll put it right on through there. Feed it through. Now I'll go ahead and clamp this down inside this little fitting over here, or this little holder. Lock it. Now it's locked in place. Now I'm coming over to this side, and here's my spring. What I'm going to do with my spring is put it on right here. It's connected, and now I'm going to put this through here. And the reason I got all this slack is because this cable on the other side, I need to pull the tension out of it. So keep an eye on that. Now I'll go ahead, I'm just going to push this inside here, latch it in place. Now this goes up in there, but before I put it up in there permanently, I need to go ahead, I need to put this belt on there. So I'm going to stick this belt on there, just wrap it around there, and make sure the belt is on the one in the front as well. Okay, now make sure that your belt is around this pulley right here on the bottom that's in front. Make sure it's on that. and then bring it up here. Hold on to it right here. Flip this around. Make sure it's on there. Now I'm going to put the spring back on it. And the spring will go right here. I got to put it up inside there. So let's do that right now. Here's the spring. I'm going to reach it up in here while I'm holding tension on this. Keep the belt from coming off. There's a place right up in here for that spring. It's right here. It's like a little hook there, and then pull this out. Just put it back on there. And that was pretty easy there. That spring was. Now I'm going to go ahead and hook this back up. Goes just like this. Let's see how to take it off there. Just like that. Okay. Put the nut back on there. Now go ahead and make sure this goes the right way. I'll tighten this here up. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn those blades around the way they're supposed to be. This should have never been like this. They've probably been mowing with those blades upside down for a while. This takes a 5/8 socket, and I'm going to use an impact. And line the blade up with those, then get it started. Then run it down. Make sure your blade's not upside down. That's all there is to that. I'm done under here. Now I'll go ahead and flip it back over. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to start feeding that from the top, work it down all the way to the bottom, because I don't want to lose this. I want to keep this together because it looks so much neater. I'll go ahead and fill this in, and I still got to put this one in there as well. Then that's all you got to do is just feed it in there like so. Make sure you got a couple of wire ties, because one will go right here once you get this started into that plastic, but don't put it so tight that you kink the cable. Now you want to go ahead and pop this off. Just pull it out, open it up, and slip that through there like so. Snap it back down in there, and that'll hold that together. Keep on going up through here, and you're working your way to the top. Got that in there. Now I'm going to take this, and I'm going to put this cable in right here, just like this. I'm going to force it in. Now I'm going to push the cable through. Now I'm going to take and put this in here, and that cable at the top will go through here, just like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and get the bolt and washer started, or the washer and the bolt. Get the washer, then the nut on it. Now, before I tighten all of this up really good, I need to make sure how this is going to be, because I might have to take it back off. There we go. I'm going to slide it right in here like so. And there we go. Now I have to adjust this to make sure it works. Here's the tools I used. I got the 1/2" socket and a 7/16 socket. I'm not going to include the tools that I used to turn the blades around with, because those shouldn't have been like that.
Like, comment, subscribe, share with friends. Thanks for watching.